Hey, Shadow Phoenix here. Welcome back to all my fans, friends, and family to another Vista View project that we are working on. So, Vista View, as you know, is my alpine park that I've been working on since the Planet Coaster release. And I wanted to add a big coaster into the park this time. Something huge, something great. A hyper coaster. So, this thing is about 230 feet tall, give or take. That should be about what the drop is going to be, I think. And the idea that I wanted is kind of a little bit like Expedition Everest in a way, except a hypercoaster instead of a mine train. So it's going to be really huge. It's going to be on a mountain, and it's going to be like part of the lift hill will be underground in a cave with like icicles and stuff like that. That's going to be some of the theming to it that we will get to a little later on. I did have very, very limited space to work with on this corner of the park, though, but I really wanted, this is where it had to be. It had to be facing this corner because of the fantastic view that you get from the top of the lift hill right before the drop out onto this like lake area in the Alpine map. It's just, all of this whole area in the Alpine map is just so fantastic. I love it. Then kind of go down into a valley and kind of run down in this valley. Another thing that I really wanted to do was to go underneath of a train bridge. Not just any bridge. I wanted to do one of those big, like, Swiss German stone bridges with, like, the huge arches. Hopefully you guys know what I mean. But, like, really tall. And I wanted to kind of go under that, do a turn, come back underneath of it in between the arches. I'm not sure how I'm going to do those arches and stuff yet. That comes in a much later episode, which I haven't even, as we speak, haven't even done those yet. This video, I filmed this, I think, back in June or July of this year. So it's been a while since I actually recorded this, and I'm just getting around to the videos. In the last video I did, I told you guys I would have some more videos for you before the Christmas. Sorry, I've been working. I haven't had time to do it. In between working and trying to stream, I just haven't had time to actually put any videos together between all of the stuff. They've got me working pretty hard. Phones have been extremely busy. It's been non-stop, so I haven't really felt a whole lot like trying to do any videos. But I wanted to get these done. It's almost the end of the year, and I'm trying to get as many videos out as I can within the next couple of days. As I'm recording this, it is now the 30th, and it's after midnight, so that is what time it is here. Yeah. So anyway, back to the coaster itself. The color, I'm most likely going to keep the color that it gives you because I think it really kind of fits in. I may play with the blues a little bit, but I really like the bluish color of it. It very much looks like ice, and that's kind of the theme of it that I wanted to do. It is a huge coaster. It's got lots of air times, lots of turns. I really feel like the layout is pretty good. Hopefully you guys agree. If there's something that you don't like about the layout, if there's something that you think maybe I should change, feel free to put those in there. I'm not guaranteeing I'm going to change it because I'm pretty happy with it. But I do want realistic in a way, not just like way out there. And I feel like the layout is fairly realistic. I feel like I got my G-forces and stuff pretty in line. That is a bunch of stuff that I actually looked at to try to get the smoothing and everything done on it. The only thing I didn't really like about it was the turn before you come back into the station, this section right here. I had to figure out a way that I was going to get it up and back over this hill to get back to the station because it is much lower than the rest of the park in this valley. And so I had to give it some speed to really get in there. But luckily, speed wasn't an issue with this coaster. It had lots of speed, and it made the turns pretty smooth. Everything actually turned out well. So even though I'm not happy with the last turn right here, it still kind of worked out in a good way. I still make some adjustments and things after we do the layout. Like this section right here, I'm getting ready to go back to the station in just a second and fix the station and things. Not sure how the paths and stuff are going to go to the station, but I did want kind of a drop out of the station, like a pre-drop sort of thing, which ended up being kind of a much longer drop than what I expected. But I didn't want to have the coaster kind of come down and back around. Yeah, it just how I did it, I felt was the best way to do it. If you guys know a better way that I could do the station and have the layout at the end, I would love to hear it. I did want to get like a final helix turn right here, which worked out pretty good. And this is where you see where I actually make a few changes to the station right here. But yeah, theming, very much just like Expedition Everest. It's going to be like a very alpine looking mountain, very Himalayan, very Everest looking. Obviously it's not the largest mountain in the park. That would be the mountain in the center of the park, but it's a pretty large mountain. The cave at the beginning of the lift hill, thinking icicles. I've got to do a lot of terrain editing on this. Lots of trees, lots of foliage will be included in it. And I think it's going to look really, really good. I still don't know exactly how I'm going to make the station look, though, but I'm thinking something very, like, lodge looking, maybe something of that nature, and kind of fit it into the theming of this area. Which is weird because most of the theme of this area is going to be very colorful, very kind of like Italian-esque, and just, you know, really just kind of some bright colors and very cheerful. And then you've got this huge roller coaster back here in the background, and that is, you know, kind of like ominous basically to the rest of the area. But I'm gonna make it fit. I really feel like we can. It's gonna be off the path a little bit, so the queue line will kind of wind down in there, and just kind of be sitting in the back behind like buildings and things, and you'll see the lift hill and the mountain, and that just kind of gives you that's basically it's weenie, as a Silverette says, is the mountain and the coaster itself for this whole area. But I'm pretty happy with this layout, like, except for this section right here. This is what I was kind of talking about. I had no other way to do it. It had to go back underneath a bridge again, and I couldn't get it to go over the bridge, but under the bridge again wasn't something I was happy with. But it did actually work out, so we'll see how it goes. Riding the coaster is very smooth. I know some of you guys are going to probably ask me, you know, why didn't you give us a POV of the ride? Well, because it's not done yet. I don't want to do the POV of this until I finish the whole works. So give me some time, guys, and I'm going to work on this, and I will get you that POV. But it is going to take just a little bit of time to get everything kind of finished in the terrain and stuff wise, because I want it to look good. You know what I mean? I don't want to give you just some like, oh, here's just the track with no real like theme to it or anything. So it's just going to take some time. But I will promise you, I will get you that POV for this ride, and it is going to be a beautiful POV. I have ridden this coaster many times in my park, and it's really smooth, it feels like to me. I love how it rides. It's one of my favorite coasters that I've ever built, and yeah. So anyway, for now, that basically what I'm just doing to it is, like I said, I'm just kind of smoothing things out and fixing. Another thing that I had an issue with was you know, running out of space here in the back of the park. I really didn't have a whole lot of room to kind of work with the terrain. Luckily, now that we got the last update, the anniversary update, we can now go in and we can change, you know, we can do edit scenarios and we can change the terrain. So I can actually expand this out and do a little more work with the scenery and the terrain and stuff behind the coaster, and really make it, instead of these big flat faces, I can make kind of smooth it out and really kind of blend it in, and that's going to look really fantastic. You can kind of see right there on the edge of the park, you see where I've raised it up and kind of made, it's got this like huge wall, and yeah. So the name of the coaster itself. So it is a hyper coaster, 230 feet tall, like I said. It's fairly long. It is a huge, huge thing for the park. It needed something great. I did some research on Alps and different things like that, and I found one word on the Wikipedia for the Alps. I don't even remember where I saw it at, but it was Mordwand, I think is how you pronounce it. I don't even know how to pronounce it, but Mordwand, I think, something like that. Mordwand. It's basically the nickname for the Eigerwand or Nordwand, which is the biggest north face on the Alps. And it's probably one of the most dangerous as well. So its nickname is actually the Murder Wall, which is what Mordwand stands for, Murderous Wall. It's a great name. Is it a little dark? Yes, it is a little dark, but I really like how it just kind of sounds and how its spelling it is, and I think it's going to be a fantastic addition to Vista View, and I hope you guys agree. So that's the end of this video. I hope you guys have enjoyed a little bit of behind the scenes construction of a coaster, because I don't really do a lot of these because I normally will forget to actually add the videos or do anything like that, but this time I was able to get you a video of me actually building the coaster, and I know you guys love that. And in the next video we will see some more from this, but I've got a couple more videos I gotta get to work on, so try to finish these before the end of the year, and then 2018 is going to be huge, so I can't wait to see you guys in 2018. This is Shadow Phoenix signing out, and you guys will hear from me in just a moment with my usual end of recap kind of thing. So yeah. Hey everyone, if you'd like to help support me and my channel, I have a Patreon page where you can do just that. You can pledge anything from $1 or more. Anyone who pledges $15 or more gets a unique, specially designed roller coaster and Planet Coaster made just for them. My little way of saying thanks. You can also just send donations as well if you don't want to join Patreon. And you can find those links in the video description below. Every tiny red cent I make from these means the world to me and is extremely helpful. If you're interested in my PC setup that I work with and play on that you see here, every piece of the system is described below with links to Amazon if you want to purchase them or anything else. Thanks for tuning in to my videos and my channel. If you aren't already a subscriber, click that on the screen below. And you can also check out a few of my other videos on the screen here as well. You can keep up to date on what's going on in my own little world via Twitter or watch me stream live on Twitch as well. Links are in the video description below. So wherever you are in the world, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night.